Hello Sagittarius, and welcome back to Sage and Stone Tarot. My name is Jennifer. I just got finished doing your monthly Twin Flame Soulmate love reading, and now I am back because for the month, for this holiday season, I am doing a winter solstice / Yule reading for all of the signs here in the Northern Hemisphere. We are entering into winter, and I know on the Southern Hemisphere it's the summer. And the winter solstice, for those who follow more of a earth-based or pagan path, winter solstice / Yule is the shortest day and the longest night. And like I said, in the northern hemisphere, this time of year can often bring about depression, grief, and memories of all we have lost. One of the main reasons why I moved to Arizona, because I am originally from Brooklyn, New York, and I lived most of my adult life in the Northeast. I've lived in Connecticut and Pennsylvania, Virginia, and a very small stint in Florida. But mainly I lived on the Northeast, and during this time of year, as I had gotten older, I started to recognize that I was developing seasonal affective disorder. So I need the sun. So living in Arizona has actually helped my emotional and spiritual and mental well-being so much. So again, if this is something that you feel or you feel is coming on, I know that here on the Northern Hemisphere in the US, tomorrow is Thanksgiving. So you'll be around friends and family. But like I said, for a lot of people, it can bring about depression, grief, memories of all we have lost. But just also know that the darkness holds its own beauty. This time of year also is a time for dreaming, for rest, for introspection, and honoring our sorrow and honoring our grief. Yule is about welcoming back the light and to remember that we must walk through the dark and honor her to embrace the light. And this reading, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start off with my Moonology cards to give you a kind of overview of what the energies might be in and around you during the month of December, during winter solstice, as we embrace the dark and welcome back the light. There's 4 questions. This is not something that I created myself. This tarot spread comes from the website GaianSoul.com, Joanna Colbert. And I will put a link in the description box below so you can check her out. But there's 4 questions. The first question is going to center around darkness or brokenness. Now, when I say that, just remember, you are whole. You've always been whole. You might, due to circumstances and situations and events that you might have gone through, you might have felt or feel broken within. So it centers around what have you lost, what are you grieving, and what feels broken within. Now remember that this is just a general reading for the zodiac sign Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Neptune, Jupiter. If you have Sagittarius in your chart, this might connect with you or resonate with you. If it doesn't resonate at all, then that's okay. This reading isn't for you. The second question is centered around the promise, the rebirth of the sun and renewal. And what is the promise of renewal? What is going to be coming in? The third question is integration of dark and light. And what wisdom does the dark and light offer as they intertwine? And then the last is gift of the dark and remembering what longs to be remembered and restored. What is the gift of the dark? So I'm going to be, and at the very end, I'm going to give a message of love, Whispers of Love, the Oracle deck by Angela Hartfield. And the tarot that I will be using is my Radiance Rider-Waite deck. And if I need any clarification, I'll be using the tarot deck Crystal Visions. So what I'm going to do first, and I will be referring to these questions, so I have them right here for me. I have all of my decks are calibrated, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to just shuffle a few more so you can all see. For those who are in the US, I wish everybody a very happy Thanksgiving. I am here Celebrating Thanksgiving with my mother, which is why the background might look a little bit different. All right, so some energies that will be in and around you, Sagittarius. As time goes on and we approach winter solstice or Yule, the shortest day and the longest night. Excuse me. Okay, so Sagittarius, as we focus on the approaching winter solstice or Yule, the two cards from the bottom of the deck, meditate and contemplate a new moon in Pisces. Like I said, this is a time of rest and reflection and going inward. It's like it almost feels like this time of year reminds me of the Hermit card in the tarot. It's time to go within and to seek that knowledge and that inner wisdom that we all have. And it's a time to meditate and contemplate. Pisces is a very ethereal and very dreamy kind of energy. So it's very take this time to go inward. And if you can see, I mean, even the blues, the different shades of blue, what I feel with the throat chakra, this is speaking to your higher self, to your higher power, spirit, universe, source, God, whatever and whoever you resonate with. Meditate and contemplate. Really take time to go inward, because then you have a full moon in Gemini, which is another sign for communication. The answers you need are coming. So these are the two main energies to reflect on as we head into winter and we get closer to the winter solstice and Yule. Meditate, contemplate, because the answers that you seek are coming. And based on the kind of reading that it is that I'm doing, focusing on or working through, I should say, not really focusing, but working through any kind of pain or grief, it's very important to go within and to meditate and to contemplate, because if you're looking for some kind of closure of any kind, the answers you need are coming when you can become still and to become quiet and to go within. New moon in Aquarius, bring love into the situation. As you move into the darkness, always bring love into the situation. Approach this to yourself. Be kind, gentle, and patient with yourself, and bring love into the situation. We then have a full moon in Aries. A fiery climax approaches. What I'm feeling when I see this, based on the kind of reading that I've just described and I've been sharing with you, any kind of fiery or volatile type of emotions that might come up in regards to grief and feeling broken. You're not broken. Remember that. You are whole. Allow these like fiery or volatile type of emotions. Work through them. Do not repress them. Do not suppress them, and don't fight them. Allow it to come forth. It's meant to come up. It's meant to come up so you can process it through, feel it through, heal it, surrender, and let go. Excuse me. Because my throat chakra, as a matter of fact, is being activated as I'm reading this. Then we have the South Node. Don't let your past hold you back. Don't allow the past. I feel as you work through whatever feelings and emotions, as you do the shadow work, don't allow the past to pull you under, is what I'm being channeled to say. Don't allow the past to pull you under. Continue to move forward, reflect, meditate, contemplate, and allow yourself to work through any kind, like I said, any kind of volatile or fiery kind of emotions, whether that's anger, bitterness, resentment, whatever that is. Work through it, but don't allow the past. Once you allow this to filter through, don't let it hold you back anymore, because as you approach and walk into 2020, this new decade. You don't want the past to hold you back. You want to get these answers that you might be seeking. So what I'm going to do is now I'm going to head into the tarot. So, like I mentioned before, the first question that we're going to focus on is the darkness, the broken feeling. You are not broken, Sagittarius. You never have been broken. You are whole. You have always been whole. And what have you lost? What are you grieving? And what feels broken within? So this is about grief and loss. What are you grieving and what feels broken within? I'm being told one more time. For Sagittarius, what have they lost? What are they grieving and what feels broken within for Sagittarius? Any more, Spirit? Any more? Any other? Okay, so all right. This is what I'm feeling, Sagittarius, based on this type of reading, this winter solstice, this Yule reading. This is speaking about the darkness, the brokenness. What have you lost? What are you grieving? And what feels broken within? The first card we have is the Justice card. The Justice card with the Seven of Swords. Well, before I go into this, the very middle, we have the Page of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles is a young energy. The page is a young energy. So what I'm feeling and what I'm sensing for those that I'm tapping into, this goes back to childhood. And the Page of Pentacles is all about exploration. This is an earth energy. So this is exploring one's physical surroundings. This is an earth energy. This is based in the root chakra. This can be based in family of origin. Feeling as if there were injustices with the Justice card. Not feeling safe to explore. Not feeling safe to voice. Not feeling safe to explore who you are at a very deep, authentic level. And Seven of Swords, feeling very much stabbed in the back, feeling as if these situations of people, this feeling of being stabbed in the back, and it's almost feeling, what I'm getting is that there's a sense that you feel that they've gotten away with this, that there's never been any justice, that there's never been any justice to this situation, and you are looking to seek to balance the scales and to get to the truth. And like I said with the Page of Pentacles, that this is a very young energy, so I'm sensing that this could be childhood wounding. With the Fool card, what I'm feeling is that feeling foolish, feeling as if one's childhood, an aspect of one's childhood they've been robbed of this new beginning, of this opportunity to explore life, and feeling as if you have not been able to trust, to take a leap of faith, because you need to getting past all of this feeling of deception and feeling stabbed in the back and not feeling as if there has been any justice given. The last is the Strength card. This is here to tell you that you do have the inner strength. You have the inner strength to give yourself the justice that you deserve. And based on the Moonology cards, going within, meditating and contemplating, the answers are there, are within you. Go within, tap into that, the solar plexus, that well of strength that you have, that you are bigger than your challenges, you are bigger than your wounds and your fear. And that the strength card also is conquering fear through love, loving yourself enough to move through this darkness, to move through the pain, to move through the grief, and to be able to gain the trust, to be able to start over within yourself, and to take this leap of faith into 2020. This is what I also see, and this is going to take a lot of strength, and it's actually asking you to have blind trust. Go within, connect. Use this Yule, this winter solstice, this Yule season to go within. And so with all of this that I've just shared with you, the next question is the promise, the rebirth of the sun, renewal. What is this promise of renewal? What is going to be gained from this promise, the return of the sun? What is the promise of renewal? How is that going to look like? I am so sorry. My throat chakra is very activated. Okay, I'm being told one more. Okay. Return of the sun, renewal. What is the promise of renewal for Sagittarius spirit? Rebirth of the sun, renewal. What is the promise of renewal? The promise of renewal. Sagittarius, your energy is here. The King of Wands, fire. This is okay, the promise of renewal. What is the promise of renewal? I pulled from the bottom of the deck the Ace of Swords. Clear, undeniable truths are going to be spoken. You're going to feel this. You're going to see this. This is going to come into your world. Complete clarity, integrity, the truth. So based on the Justice card from the other question, you are going to gain clarity, and the truth is going to come out for you, because you're going to take this time to meditate and to contemplate and to go within, because that's where you're going to find your answers, and you're going to be able to give yourself this justice. The Death card is the first card to come out. This is all about transformation, change, the cutting out, the transmuting, the healing. You're going through a very deep transformation. And this is the promise. This is the promise of renewal, the promise of the sun, the return of the sun, the rebirth of your sun. That's you right here, King of Wands. Your creative fire is going to be ignited, reignited. This is a rebirth for you. The King of Wands represents charisma, magnetic energy, fire, creativity, passion, desire. The King of Wands is very much aware of where he's come from, and he embraces his past, and he doesn't allow his past to define his present and his future. And it took him, the King of Wands didn't become king overnight. He literally worked his way towards this king. And so he embraces his past. And so he doesn't look down upon anybody else, because he remembers and knows where he's come from. And this is your return, your rebirth. We have a Page of Swords in the middle. We had a page in the middle with the last the last question. And so what I feel is that you are going to be this change and transformation, this rebirth of your creative fire. You are going to become like a detective. This is what it is. You're going to be very inquisitive, and you're going to approach this like that of a child, a beginner's mind. And whatever has been kept in the dark is going to be illuminated and come forth. You are going to spend this time and take this time to really come face to face with your unconscious fears, the subconscious mind. What has been in the subconscious is now going to be conscious, and what that's going to do is that is going to move you away from this sadness and this grief. And right up here, you are going to see the blessing that you are, that you always have been. Seven of Cups in reverse. The clouds are going to clear. There's going to be no more confusion. No more confusion. You're going to know exactly who you are. Four of Wands, another Wands card, which is a fire energy. It's your energy. And what this is going to give you, this is going to give you something to celebrate. This is going to give you harmony and happiness. And this, I feel, is a commitment to oneself, a very strong and stable commitment to oneself, because that is what the Four of Wands represents. It represents, and it also represents transition. Four of Wands is represents and speaks of a transition from one way of being into a completely new way of being, and that is what you are. That is what you are going. You are moving through this time of winter solstice, Yule. This meditation and contemplation and going within and reflecting. So that's an amazing energy, Sagittarius. The third question is the integration of dark and light. What wisdom does the dark and light offer as they intertwine together? So as the dark and the light begin to intertwine, because we are all made up of dark and light, masculine and feminine, yin and yang, alpha, omega. What is the wisdom that this dark and light is going to offer you? The wisdom of the dark. Oh, wow. Again. Oh my. Oh wow. Is that it? Oh, okay. Okay. All right, Sagittarius. Integration of dark and light. What wisdom does the dark and light offer as they intertwine? Again, this is how this came up. This couldn't be more poetic, even if I tried. Dark and light. The wisdom is that in order to get to this Empress, in order to get to the Empress is creation energy. The Empress is manifestation. The Empress speaks of unconditional love. She speaks of beauty. And the Empress does not tolerate nor accept anything less than beautiful. And what that is that that does not mean superficial or shallow. This is beauty within, beauty, and knowing that we are all connected. We are all connected. On the shield, she is the ruler of Venus. She's the Taurus and Libra, which they are. Venus rules both of those signs, and that is about beauty, and that is about love, and that is about creation, and that is about fertility, and that the wisdom in going through the dark, going through this death energy, allowing everything to be transformed and changed, and transmuted and healed is high. This is perfect. I mean, I couldn't have two more perfect cards. From death becomes the Empress. From death comes creation and manifestation. This is literally the circle of life. This is about death, life, rebirth, or life, death, rebirth. It's that cycle that we all go through. And so that is what this winter solstice, this Yule, is all about, is to go through the dark and to face our shadow and work through our shadow and transform it and transmute it into beautiful creation, love, beauty, everything around you, unconditional love. What is the gift and the wisdom? Is by combining the light and the dark, you are able to put down the burdens that you have been carrying probably for decades. And what that does is it gives you your 10 of Pentacles, which is your foundation, a solid foundation, everything that you've wanted, of a family, whatever that might look like for you. And the wisdom is the Temperance card. Another beautiful card is tempering and balancing, is divine timing, is being patient with yourself, being kind, patient, and gentle with yourself. Mixing all of the right ingredients. And when I see this card based on this reading, this is balancing the mind with the heart and the soul. So coming to a perfect balance for you. So that is the wisdom of the dark and the light. And the last one is the gift of the dark. Remembering. What longs to be remembered and restored? What is the gift of the dark? Your energy has come up again, Sagittarius, again. See. All right. This is perfect. What longs to be remembered and restored? I see this as being a restoration of one's heart. A restoration of one's heart. It is remembering, not holding on to and not bringing with you, because in your Moonology cards, do not let the past hold you back. This is all about forgiveness and the restoration of one's heart. So knowing and understanding and facing and acknowledging all of those moments in time where you have had your heart broken is to restore the heart, is to be kind, patient, and gentle with yourself. I've said that before. And that is a restoration of your heart. King of Wands again. King of Wands again, we just had this card. This is your energy, Sagittarius. This is a remembering of your fire, the inner fire that is you. And always remembering where you've come from, but not allowing that past to affect your present or your future. You know where you've come from and you don't allow it to affect you. And like in the very first question, we had the Fool card. This restoration and remembering where you might have felt the lack of trust, this has been restored. This is a restoration of faith, trust and faith and belief in oneself. You are now going to emerge out of winter solstice, beginning into this new decade of 2020, taking this leap of faith. Taking this leap of faith with innocence, with that of a beginner's mind. You have restored that inner child, those wounds from the past. The Sun card. And you approach 2020. You emerge out of the winter solstice with the Sun card. True and ultimate happiness. And this is happiness that comes from within. This is vitality. This is liberation and freedom. Freedom. Look at the child on the horse. So this, I feel, is a lot of inner child healing that the Sagittarius, the group of Sagittarius that I'm tapping into, is going to be doing a lot of inner reflection, and they're going to be healing a lot of childhood wounding. And they're going to come and walk into this 2020 with the sun on their face, the warmth in their heart, because you've been restored. And so lastly, This is amazing energy, Sagittarius. Your monthly twin flame soulmate love reading had beautiful energy as well. So if you want to take a look at that, then I would highly recommend that. And so lastly, I'm going to pull some whispers of love, some messages of love from the Whispers of Love Oracle from Angela Hartfield. I hope you have enjoyed this reading, because I have been enjoying doing these readings for the zodiac signs. Something a little different on the channel, trying some new things. And I like doing solstice readings and equinox. I will probably do some more like new moon and full moon readings, or other kinds of healing readings for the signs themselves, along with the love readings or the twin flame soulmate readings that I do monthly. Oh my goodness. Okay, these are perfect. So these are 3 messages, and I'm going to take one more. I'm going to take one more, because this goes hand in hand with this reading. Express love through gifts. Giving a small token to someone expresses your love to them. When I see this card, I've said this before, yes, you can give like a material gift, a token of your love, but express your love through the gift of your presence. Express love through the gift of your time, because that, personally to me, that exceeds and goes beyond anything money can buy. So give the gift of yourself, your presence, your time. Love endures. Love does not give up or lose faith. Love is hopeful and withstands every situation. As you move through the winter solstice, just remember that love endures. Love yourself first. Love is the most powerful energy, vibration, and frequency in this universe. So it heals. Be willing to express love. When we express love, we begin to receive more love. So as you restore your heart, as you heal in love, you will then be able to resonate that outward to those that mean the most to you and humanity in general. Love makes the difference. Love can help heal past hurts and provide a sense of security, self-worth, and importance. I don't think that I need to really go much further into this, but as you dive deep into this transformative period of winter solstice / Yule, know that love heals. Love will heal you. Be kind, patient, and gentle with yourself. So Sagittarius, I hope that you resonated with this reading, and if you have, please give it a thumbs up, like, share, and subscribe, and click the notification bell so you can be updated on future videos that I will be updating on a regular basis. And if you would like to book a personal reading with me on your own personal circumstances, all of the instructions are in the description box below. And until next time, I wish you so much love and so much peace.